Hello and welcome back. This is another 8th grade math video. And in this video, we're going to be reviewing how to evaluate exponents. Okay, so whenever we use the word or the term evaluate in math, what we're referring to is we're referring to trying to figure out the value of. So if we're evaluating an exponent, we're trying to figure out the value of an exponent. So let's kind of review what exponents or kind of how they're put together and what that means. So exponents have, oh, okay, there we go. Exponents have a regular size number and a smaller number up in the right corner. The regular size number is what we call the base. And the number up here in the corner is called the exponent or the exponential number. So the exponential number up in the corner represents how many times we are multiplying something. So in our case with the 9, there's a 2 up there. That means we are multiplying two numbers by themselves. Now, the number that is the regular size number or the base is the number that is being multiplied by itself. So that means we would put a 9 here and a 9 here. So 9 to the second power is the same as 9 times 9. 9 times 9 equals 81. So that means 9 to the second power is 81. Now, you might also hear second powers referred to as squared. That is a special nickname you can use for second powers. So I could say 9 to the second power or 9 squared. But either way, they both equal 81. Okay, here's our next one. We're going to evaluate the exponent 0 to the fourth power. So the little 4, the exponential number, tells me how many times I am multiplying. So I'm going to go ahead and put 4 lines and a multiplication symbol in between each set of lines. The base number is the number that's getting multiplied by itself. So 0, 0, 0, 0. So 0 to the fourth power is the same as 0 times 0 times 0 times 0. Now, if I need to figure out what that's equal to, I know that 0 times 0 is 0, 0 times 0 is 0, and if I multiply those two together, I get 0. So anytime you have 0 as a base, no matter what the exponential number is, you're going to end up getting 0 when you evaluate it. Okay, so our next example is a special case. And in this special case, we're talking about the 0 power. So anytime, and no matter what base you have, if it's to the 0 power, that's going to be equal to 1, no matter what the base is. So the base could be 5 to the 0 power, it'd still be equal to 1. It can be 125 to the 0 power, it's still going to be equal to 1. It can even be x or y, or another variable to the 0 power. It's still going to be equal to 1. And I'm sure there's a big, long math explanation for why that is, but it seems like it would be very confusing. So I'm just going to go ahead and take it as a rule as face value. So anything to the 0 power is equal to 1. Okay, here is the next one. This is 18 to the first power. And as you may guess, this is also kind of a special case because to the first power means I'm multiplying one number by itself. But I'm only multiplying one number, so there's no other number to multiply it with. That number is going to be the base number, which is 18. So since there's nothing to multiply it with, it's just going to be equal to 18. And that would be true of any base at all to the first power is just going to be the same as that base. Okay, here is our last example for today's video. We're going to evaluate 3 to the fifth power. So the exponential number right here of 5 tells us that we're multiplying 5 numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll put a little multiplication symbol in between each one. And the base number of 3 tells us what that number is. So I'm going to go ahead and put 3 in each of these spots. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 factors at a time. So 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 3 here is also 9. And then I'm just going to bring this 3 down because it didn't have another pair for me to multiply it with. Now 9 times 9 I know is 81. So now I just have to figure out what 81 times 3 is. And then I'll have my answer. So 1 times 3 is 3. And then 8 times 3 is 24. So this should be 243. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you in another video very soon.